have to answer.
Should we always have a right to know? And is freedom of information always free? My mission is to find out.
What's the Freedom of Information Act all about?
Well, the Freedom of Information Act is something that gives all of us the right to ask the government to tell us what they've been up to. One of the great triumphs was when a series of local journalists all over the country uncovered how much snooping was going on of ordinary people for trivial reasons under legislation passed in the name of terror and serious crime. This has been uncovered by local journalists making FOI requests, and of course now the level of public concern has risen accordingly, and even ministers have said that this snooping may have gone too far.
But with wide access come wacky requests. How much toilet roll does Downing Street use? The amount spent on Ferrero Rocher chocolates by the Foreign and Commonwealth Office? The number of eligible bachelors in Hampshire Police.
So far, 78,000 pieces of information have been released. Public authorities have to respond to all requests within 20 working days. The process costs £35 million a year and involves 52 dedicated staff. And thanks to it, some interesting intelligence has been gleaned.
And for some, the Act really does have the power to change lives.
My mum, Pamela Northcott, was diagnosed with kidney cancer in 2005, and her oncologist wanted to treat her with a new cancer drug. Unfortunately, a board of people at her local trust said she couldn't have it. It was too expensive and she wasn't worth the money, effectively. I then spent a year fighting the system, trying to find out how they made that decision, how to change it, and the Freedom of Information Act was really important to me finding out that.
How did the Act help?
Well, it took me 9 months to fight and get the information I needed to win treatment for Mum. It was very important for us, but more important is the fact that I've been able to use that information now, and I've now helped over 150 cancer patients access treatment through using this Act.
If we don't use it, we will lose it, and we won't know what we had until it's gone.
The Freedom of Information Act. It's controversial, it has its critics, but it's here now. It's happening. And it's yours.
Aren't always granted, though.
No. And if they aren't granted because it's going to be too expensive or because it's regarded as frivolous, you can then appeal. And so there is a process, and there is a commissioner who will hear your appeal. If also it's regarded as too expensive, you can raise the money yourself to do it yourself.
Okay.
I mean, just one question remains unanswered. How many eligible bachelors are there in Hampshire Police?
Not enough, apparently.
No.
According to the ladies of Hampshire, who would like more.
No, they didn't get an answer to that, though, did they?
They didn't get an answer to that. It was a
That
foolish
request
question.
wasn't granted.
It was a
Well,
foolish
how do you separate the eligible from the ineligible?
Yeah, and what are the criteria?
another debate,
There ought to be a
isn't it?
commission.
That is
for
your
that.
next
assignment.
Off you go to Hampshire.
Andover. Here I come.
Oh, is...
If you've got an eligible bachelor working for Hampshire Police,
We'd
do
like
get in
to hear
touch.
from you, yeah. Or indeed, if you think the freedom of information is working, or indeed it isn't, you can join a discussion on our blog at bbc.co.uk/.